How does composting food scraps work? Have you ever wondered what happens to your food scraps after you toss them in a compost bin? Composting food scraps is a fascinating process that transforms organic waste into nutrient-rich soil. This method is not only beneficial for your garden but also aligns perfectly with a vegan lifestyle and sustainable living practices. So how does it all work? Composting begins with collecting food scraps like fruit and vegetable peels, coffee grounds, and even leftover grains. These scraps are rich in nutrients and can be broken down by tiny organisms such as bacteria and fungi. To create an effective compost pile, you need to mix these greens with browns, which are carbon-rich materials like dry leaves, shredded paper, or cardboard. This mixture creates air pockets that help prevent the pile from becoming too wet or smelly. Maintaining the right moisture level is essential. Your compost pile should feel like a damp sponge, not soggy. Regularly turning the pile introduces oxygen, which is vital for the microorganisms to thrive. As they digest the food scraps, the pile heats up, signaling that decomposition is actively taking place. Over several weeks to months, those food scraps will transform into dark, crumbly compost. From a vegan perspective, composting food scraps is a fantastic way to minimize waste and return valuable nutrients back to the earth. Vegans typically focus on composting plant-based scraps, avoiding any animal products. This practice not only supports ethical choices but also helps keep pests away, as meat and dairy scraps can attract unwanted visitors. There are several practical methods for composting that fit well within a vegan lifestyle. Backyard composting is one of the most common approaches. You can use a bin or simply create a pile in your yard, mixing greens and browns while ensuring proper moisture and aeration. If space is limited, trench composting is another option. This involves burying your food scraps directly in the garden soil, allowing them to decompose naturally underground. For those living in urban areas, Bokashi composting is an excellent alternative. This method uses a special fermentation process with microorganisms to break down scraps in a sealed container. It is a great way to compost without taking up much space. By composting food scraps, you actively contribute to reducing methane emissions from landfills. This practice creates a nutrient-rich soil amendment that supports plant growth, which is central to a vegan diet focused on plant-based nutrition. Composting helps close the nutrient loop, promotes soil health, and minimizes waste in an ethical and sustainable manner. So, the next time you have food scraps, consider composting them instead of throwing them away. It's a simple yet impactful way to live sustainably and ethically.